15.
So close. It was actually 37.
It's actually what?
37.
Oh, that's a lot of fingers.
I would like to welcome everybody, one and all, everyone around, listening near and far, to Season 3 of the Villains Talk Show and Podcast.
Season 4.
Dun, dun, dun. Season 3.
Yep, we're on Season 4.
You wish. You're not gonna mess me this time. I take notes, motherfucker. Hello and welcome to the Villains Talk Show and Podcast, Season 3, Episode 102. Episode 101, I was not a part of, which we'll get into.
Wait, you weren't? I thought you were here.
I'm going to upload this together.
I heard you.
I'm going to upload. When people listening on the podcast are going to get this as a part 2 at the same time, so it's going to be a longer podcast. It's going to be a two-parter. So they get to hear what it was like when you guys didn't have me around. But hello and welcome to the Villains Talk Show. As always, we'd like to thank our Patreons, Rich Holla and For the Wheel. And everyone out there, thank you for joining us. Hello and welcome to Season 3. I am one of the hosts, C4, accompanied by the beautiful and illustrious Viking and the magnanimous Greasy Boy. And soon to be...
Magnanimous. Good name. Good word.
I know. And soon to be the prolific and ever elusive gentleman. Soon. And
Which one?
Hello, welcome. How's everybody? Well, mid of September. If you're listening on the podcast, it's been a couple weeks since we uploaded, since the end of Season 2. If you're watching last week, there was a podcast that I was called in the middle of the night on set.
Which wasn't the middle of the night.
It was
an exaggeration.
It was like, sorry, you're right.
10:15.
You're right. It was 10:15 because I was just setting up set. So, and I'll get into that. Depending on how things go, I could actually, seeing as I can upload video to podcasts, up to 10 minutes, and we shot an 8-minute film. When it gets released on October 31st for free on YouTube, I could probably try to find a way to put it on the podcast. But to back up, we'll start with you guys. So what we're gonna do, if you were just listening, at the end of this podcast, you'll notice it'll keep going if you're listening in podcast era, because I will have put on the episode that they did. So it's all together.
All by ourselves, and we were experts right off the bat. No help needed.
Exactly.
No, none at all.
Don't fast forward in the podcast to find out if that's truth or myth. But
Or you can and then re-listen to it again.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's talk about the last couple weeks. I was basically gone all last week. So how was your guys' last week? How's everything going?
Pretty good. Started school. Started failing school.
I don't
Got
believe
caught up in
that.
school.
It's fair. In the last 2 weeks, I've taken the driver's ed test 4 times, and I've failed 4 times. So.
Oh no! Really?
Every time I get 6 wrong. You can only get 5 wrong, and I get 6 wrong every time. And it's like, and it's right to the end. Like, it's always on question 29. I have 5 wrong, and if I get it wrong, I lose my license. And if I get it right, I get it, and I always get it wrong. I'm like,
I got it right without studying.
I did study, so
It got to the point where like I couldn't fail, and it ended the test saying you passed.
I had that happen too.
I didn't have to answer all the questions.
Impressed, though. You know what? We're not going to make fun of you. I'm super impressed that you have finally decided to do this. Good job.
Yeah.
It will make your life easier. In
It
a lot of
will.
ways.
it's a fucking pain in my ass. So last week, how you guys? Did you had a good time? Everything going well in your lives? I know you started school again, and you started teaching at school again. My younger sister actually just got a job as a professor at a university, so She's also teaching, but this is her first time ever teaching, so it's been a learning experience for her.
It would be.
We'll say.
I actually found out that the older brother of one of my students is doing the same thing that your younger sister does. So, not teaching, but yeah.
Oh, Wildfire.
Yeah.
Nice. Good for him. It's not easy.
Yeah. No, he just graduated, so
Good for him.
his first job. Hopefully it goes well.
It can be really fun, but it's also a lot of work.
Yeah, I would bet.
All the running and fires fighting.
They're pretty fearsome things after all.
And
Yeah, you can't just go up and box them anymore.
Mm.
man, it's already almost the middle of September. It's September 14th.
Yeah, this is the third week of school. Like classes, not even the third week of like teachers being back.
Wow.
They've already had a math test. They've already cried over a math test. You know.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Man, the life of a high school teacher.
It's great. It's great. Actually, one of them cried over the choice between an ice cream sandwich and a popsicle. Just because her anxiety levels are so high that when she was asked to make this choice that should have been so easy, it just made her cry. And she was so mad at herself. She was like, this is so stupid. Why am I crying over this? But, yeah. Grade 10's hard. It's a rough time.
It is.
My life is so hard. A popsicle and an ice cream sandwich can bring me to tears.
She fully recognized that, but it didn't
Thank-
mean that she could stop herself from crying at that exact moment.
Thank God. Oh, I wasn't like that as a kid. Holy Christ. Holy Christ. Ugh.
You also didn't go to a super academic school that focused on scaring the bejesus out of everyone their first week of high school.
No,
This
I
is
did
so
not go
hard.
to- I did not go to Catholic school. That is true. So I guess I get into why I was gone last week and why it looks like I'm so perpetually tired right now. So I was given an opportunity last week. I was given it last month, and I accepted it, and it was unpaid, but basically got to spend 5 days. I still went to work too, which is just so I had to go to. So my days were wake up 7 o'clock, be at work at 7:30, work till 2, go home, go to bed, wake up at 7, go out to Chestermere to meet the rest of my crew, which was me and a director, a special effects artist, and our actors, and then drive all the way out to a small town and hotel. That the lady who owned the hotel is the sweetest lady ever, gave us full use of it. It was this old creepy ass hotel in the middle of town where we got to film a horror movie, and me and the director and the special effects artist got to murder a bunch of teenagers.
That
And
sounds fun.
some of the teenagers
For
were
the film, right?
yeah, some of the teenagers were pretty young, so we made sure that their parents had to be there, no matter what, even if we tried to get, especially the younger ones, we tried to get their scenes done first in the first couple nights. But yeah, there was one parent that was there every night, and good on her, God, what a champion that woman was. And
You kind of have to be to raise a teenager.
oh my God, and she was because me and her were the only ones that drank coffee. She always had coffee ready for me. So me
Aw,
and her,
that's sweet.
it was so great. I was so happy. But hopefully at the end of the month of October, when it gets released on YouTube for free, I'll be able to, because it's only an 8-minute long thing. I'll be able to I'll be able to share it on the podcast with everyone. I'll be able to share it with everyone. It was an experience. Holy shit. Funny enough, I fell asleep really quick every time I got home at 5 a.m. except the last night we were done shooting. I was so hyped after we were done. Me and the director were just so happy that we actually got it done between us three. Me, him, and the special effects artist. And, like, we were so hyped that I just could not sleep that night. And thank God I didn't work that day. I took that day off and I just slept. Woke up to watch my Cowboys lose horribly. So it was like I should have just stayed in fucking bed at that point. But unfortunately, I did miss D&D and I did miss the podcast, which I do apologize for. But it was some of the most fun I've had in a long time. It did not feel like work. It was a lot of work, but it did not feel like work. But it was some late goddamn nights.
Fair. It's not. You didn't miss too much though. You only missed the Zeppelin ride and destabilizing and comedy.
Oh, okay. I'm glad. I'd actually be glad if you guys played without me. Then I wouldn't feel too bad because
We didn't.
No.
that's too bad.
The two of us sat around my fire pit and chatted until like 3 a.m. instead.
Yeah.
Damn, I could have invited you out to come watch and come at least help.
That's
but
a long ways. I didn't want to drive.
Yeah.
fair. It is long.
I didn't really want to stay up till 3 a.m. either. That was just an accident, really.
Yeah. Kind of happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd just like to give a shout out to Brent Oddity, the guy who is our special effects artist, Justin Hammond, our director, and all our actors out there, Mr. Giggles, who funded the whole project, and yeah, that was great. If you guys are listening, that was fucking hella fun. And with all that out of the way, last time you guys played Two Truths and a Lie.
No, we didn't.
Oh, we only did who's most
Who's
likely
most likely?
Oh, so essentially what's going to happen is at the end of this, when I tag on that, all they're going to hear is... Okay, got it.
to. Tell what we think of our group.
Yeah, you listened to it.
I
The
did.
first part, anyways.
I did listen to it.
You were perhaps so tired you've already forgotten.
No, I remember some things. I remember you said a couple things that hit me right on the head. I felt so noticed. Oh, I remember. One of the things I will say, and everyone can pay attention to, is I am, if I can be and it's in my power, I will be on time. If not, I will be early. And it's something I don't mention because it's just a personal thing. Because I know not everyone's like that. But my God, did I feel seen when that question came up, and I think it was Viking who was like, "No, I don't think any of us are punctual," and Greasy Boy was like, "C4 is really punctual." I'm like, "Yes, thank you so much."
Say you try.
I try as hard as I can. I can't always be punctual, but I will try as hard as I goddamn can. That being said, I guess we will do Two Truths and a Lie. Why did you want to do this originally? I think it was because you wanted everyone else to get to know the hosts.
Yeah, get to know the hosts. Because usually you and Insaniac are the ones who take the lead most of the time. So why not get to know the rest of us?
Fair. So
He makes a very good point.
I'll interview you guys.
Well, it's Two Truths and a Lie. That means everyone participates. We should
Yeah.
probably just take turns.
That'd probably be the easiest.
Okay.
You did prepare, right?
I guess you're first.
So no, you didn't.
I think that's a no.
I didn't say yes or no. I just said you're first. I volunteered you.
That's not really volunteering. That's more so telling.
Yeah, it really is.
But I can definitely go first. For one of mine, I have jumped off a building. I have free dived in the ocean. and I know how to breathe fire.
Okay, I know one of them's true.
Holy hell.
Well, two of them are true, but I know one of the ones that's true. Jumped off a building, free diving in the ocean, and breathing fire.
Yeah.
I think it's the ocean that's a lie. C4, what do you think?
You know, I think it's the breathing fire. Just because that takes a lot of practice, and I haven't ever heard of anything about the Greasy Boy going to circus school, or going
Man,
to,
I want to go to
or
circus
or
school.
doing any kind of that
That's
circus class. Although they are available in our city.
Oh, yeah.
What? Really?
Yeah, I knew a girl who used to go to them, and she used to like be able to like stand on a ball and stuff. Like it's a real thing. But I've never
That's
heard
cool.
Gracie Boy mention it, and on that alone, I will say the breathing fire, because that takes a level of skill and practice.
Well, I guess I'll show you how to breathe fire on Saturday.
Yes, you will.
He showed me last Saturday.
That's fucking cool.
You know, I don't like oceans. Never free dived.
Explain the
That was
breathing
right?
fire, though, and the ocean. Okay, yes,
Yeah.
you were right. So you have to explain both now. Actually, you
Which
have
ones?
to explain all three. So, you don't like the ocean. So, how did you learn to breathe fire? And how did you jump off a building?
My dad showed me. Just one of those nights where he was like, "Oh, look at this cool thing I figured out."
Hey, come on, Greasy Boy, come over here. You ever seen how to breathe fire?
And then he showed me how to breathe fire.
That's fucking nuts.
And then, yeah, in Vegas, I jumped off the stratosphere.
Nice. I figured it was probably something like that.
Like the free fall. Well, free fall.
Okay.
Nothing crazy.
All right. Really, though? Breathe fire? That's so
Yeah.
random.
Yeah.
And why don't you like the ocean? Just fear?
No. Just don't go in it enough.
We are in a
Don't go out that way
landlocked.
enough.
We
A little
really
bit,
are.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
I love the ocean.
Like, I've been in the ocean and I've swam in the ocean. I've just not free dived in the ocean.
I guess Viking. We'll go with you next.
Sure. I've taught Latin, I've taught Braille, and I've taught French.
I don't.
I think I know.
I'm gonna say Braille. Because if you know
Okay.
Braille, that's nuts. Because
Okay.
why? Why would you know Braille? Why? It's not like you're blind. Why would you know Braille? Why would you teach Braille to the seeing? It would be pointless. So no, it's Braille. It's gotta be
My
Braille.
guess is you haven't taught Latin yet. Because I remember you mentioning that you're teaching Latin this year.
I taught Latin yesterday.
Therefore,
This
you
is my binder full of Braille.
What?
I have never taught French, despite it being the other language I actually know.
Fair enough.
No. Why do you know Braille? And who do you
Uh,
teach it to? Other seeing
I was-
people?
I was working with a kid who was losing her vision, so I learned Braille so that I could teach it to her.
That's so wholesome, and I hate you for it because I can't make fun of you for it.
I mean, it was part
I've
of my
heard that
job.
story
Are you
before.
fucking
so-
serious?
It was part of my job, but it was a pretty cool part of my job. I was really excited to do it.
That's. I don't even know what to say to that. That's just okay. Yeah. What? That's actually nuts. Oh, two truths.
Yes,
and
it's
a
your turn.
Two truths and a lie. Okay. I have thrown stones at the Sphinx. I drank water straight from the Sea of Galilee. And I walked through, would have been Malaysia to that, which would have been Kuala Lumpur, the temples of Kuala Lumpur.
I'm gonna say Sea of Galilee is a lie, because I don't know if it's safe to drink water from it.
Yeah. That's my guess, too. Because I know you're salty, but I don't think you're that salty.
Although I definitely immersed myself in the Sea of Galilee. No, I did not drink from it.
Ha!
Yeah. No, I've been to all those places. Did that. The Sphinx is massive, by the way. If you've ever actually
Yeah.
seen it.
Oh, yeah.
And then its face
I
is all
doubt it.
destroyed. It doesn't look good. Looks
Probably
all
from
shot
people like you throwing rocks at it.
Nazis shot at it. Used it as target practice.
Did they?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah, one more thing to hate the Nazis over.
Yeah. Not that they needed more, but
And in Malaysia, that's how you get to the Lounging Buddha temple. It's the snake temple. You have to drive out of Penang out into literally the middle of a jungle. Then you walk through the jungle to the snake temple.
Nice.
So it wasn't really Kuala Lumpur, but it's one of the great Lounging Buddhas outside of it. So I guess that goes back around to Greasy Boy.
yeah.
All right, so it's about to get personal.
Ooh,
These are all body facts.
fun.
First, I have a crooked finger. Second, I have a third nipple. Third, I have a birthmark next to my eye.
You do not have a third nipple.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
We've all
Are
seen.
you sure?
We've all seen your chest.
Have we? I haven't.
When have you seen my chest?
Some questions.
The fact that you're not answering is worse here.
No one said the nipple had to be on the chest.
I'm scared of where else it could be.
What?
But no, I don't have a third nipple.
Thank God.
Okay, thank goodness. You were starting to scare me.
Oh, I was
I
just
think
gonna
that's what I
say
get paid for here.
you wear skin tight shirts sometimes, and trust me, there's only 2 nipples.
Are there?
Yes.
It's fake nipples.
Oh Lord.
Fake nipples? What?
Well, maybe I don't have nipples.
You know, I don't really care if you have nipples or not.
So Viking, you're next to, because the longer we stay on this, we keep talking about it. So please continue.
Yep, very true. Okay, well, I'm descended from Charlemagne. I'm descended from Queen Elizabeth I, or I can name all of King Henry VIII's wives.
Charlemagne.
Queen Elizabeth the
because
First.
that's a really, 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 really distant bloodline. Actually, no. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth I. I changed it because anyone could just declare they're from Charlemagne. Because Charlemagne, I don't know, because Charlemagne wasn't real. No one knows if he was real or not. I'm gonna stick with Charlemagne. I'm gonna say Charlemagne.
And you say Queen Elizabeth I?
Yes.
You're right. Queen Elizabeth I was famously known as the Virgin Queen. She didn't have any children. One of my grandfathers traced our family history back to the founding of England, and Charlemagne is in there. So, whether he was real or not, my grandfather certainly thinks we were descended from him.
Yeah, there's debate about that. Okay, that's kind of cool. I didn't think.
I also can name all of Henry VIII's wives.
I
Yeah.
love how neither
Oh,
of
yeah.
us just guessed that was a gimme.
No, we've had a lot of conversations about that.
That's a gimme.
Have we?
I can name
least
them
3.
all.
What?
It's not hard.
No. That's
Anyway,
kind of cool.
okay, so I guess, so I have a scar on my pinky, an S scar on my pinky. I have a smiley face scar on my leg, and I have a large scar on my back.
I want to say it's the pinky because I know about the thigh or scar.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, is it a scar?
Because you were
Would
saying
scar
you
be
were
the correct
scarified
term?
into your leg.
Yeah. What was the third one?
A scar on my back.
That's really unspecific.
I've seen your back enough times to know you don't have a scar like that.
I think it's your back.
I do not have a scar on my back. I have a happy face scar because I was stupid and I tried to cut a happy face into my leg, and it worked, but I couldn't get the eyes done because it hurt. And then I have a scar on my pinky that I got from when I was a kid because I stuck my finger down the drain, and my older sister, pulled out my pinky and ripped off all the skin.
Ah.
So they had to like curl it back and like reattach it. And that was when I was a kid.
Fair enough.
Yep. Back to Greasy Boy.
Okay, ready for a food themed one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I once ate 3 large pizzas by myself in one night.
Ooh.
I once ate 12
I
pounds
believe
of
it.
wings on a wing by myself.
Oh.
I once ate over $200 worth of sushi in one sitting.
Oh, that's easy. Oh, which one freaks me out the most?
I think A. The answer's A. You didn't do A.
3 large pizzas?
I think because the bread. At least the wings you have.
Yeah.
meat. And if it's you said 12 pounds of wings, right?
Yes.
So that's like
That's a lot, but it's not
no, it's not.
necessarily an
No, it's not.
impossible amount. I think I'm going with the pizza too.
12 pounds of wings is about, if 1 pound is about, no, 5 pounds is about 8 wings. So, yeah, no, that's not a lot of wings.
That is not correct math.
Not at all.
Isn't it?
No.
Because the wings we sell, it's about.
For what you sell, 1 pound of wing are 9 to 10 wings.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's normal.
So
Not 5
So
pounds.
120
So 30
wings?
so
I can see 120 wings,
yeah,
honestly.
I can see that. That's easy. Yeah, I
But I
stick with
can't
the
see
pizzas.
3 pizzas.
I stay with the pizzas.
Yeah, it's the pizzas.
Yes.
But the sushi was probably close to like $400.
Yeah, that makes
but
sense.
that's easy. That's just expensive
Yeah.
shit.
All right, no, like
If you had
the
eaten
cheap
like
shit.
200 pieces of sushi, then I would have been like, no.
Give or take, yeah.
Rice would have killed you.
No, I can see that. I once watched my brother
200
eat
pieces.
just literally piles of
Yeah.
sushi.
200 pieces.
He might have hit
Yeah.
that amount.
With sashimi.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Viking.
I had braces as a teenager. I got engaged at 17 and married at 18. Or I created a functional language for that world back there.
A. No. Yeah. A. Oh, damn. Now you're really testing my knowledge.
I think it was B because I thought you got engaged at 18.
18 and married at 19. Yeah, that was my other thought. Damn it. No, because they got. No. I thought they got. Shit. It doesn't help I wasn't there. So I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, too.
You did know us actually, but only just barely.
Yeah, I just met you.
Yeah,
And it was crazy.
it was actually. Actually, it was fancy.
You
It
got
was a
his
ball.
number.
No, it was a ball. I did not get his number.
And he called you maybe.
He didn't.
I'm gonna.
Fair.
No, I'm gonna stick with A. I think they got married at 18 because I've seen the marriage pictures, and that is a young Shield maiden.
I did have braces as a teenager. We got engaged when I was 18 and married while I was still 18, just before my 19th birthday.
So you did get married at 18.
Yeah.
It's okay. See, that's the problem. 'Cause I thought you got married at 18.
Yeah, I did. I just didn't get engaged at 17.
Damn, that's a trick
I'm
question.
having
That's
so
not fair.
much trouble focusing.
Damn
Try
trick
that.
questions.
There are pills for that.
Mhm. What?
There are pills for that.
Focusing? Well, yeah. I take one every morning.
I should.
Ooh, how personal do I want to get?
I mean, I told you about my third nipple that may or may not exist.
Oh Lord. I have. Oh, okay. So that one, and then we can say that. Okay. So I have been to prison. I've seen a person get tortured, and I've watched a man die.
Prison.
Either tortured or death. Um,
Told us both of those stories.
That's true. Now I just think they're all true.
That kind of defeats the purpose of this whole thing.
It does, doesn't it?
Because it's hard to think of a lie. To be fair,
It's true, it is.
that's the hard part.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know there's a difference between prison and jail, but I don't know what the difference is, so maybe it is prison. Yes, I'm gonna say that.
Technically, I spent a week in jail,
Which is not prison.
which is not prison.
There we go. All right.
Yep. And if you want to hear the other two stories, I've said them in the podcast. I can't remember which episodes, so have fun.
Just watch them all. You'll be fine. You'll find them eventually.
Quick synopsis. Did stupid shit at 18, got thrown in jail for a week. Seen a person die. Oh, I've seen a couple people die. I saw a guy get a pickaxe to the head, and I watched a kid get shot in the streets of Egypt. And I've watched a guy get black bagged and taken to a basement and tortured with a blowtorch. Because all of a sudden, a bunch of money disappeared from the wrong people.
Oof.
Yep. So, just learned a lot in my life to just, don't fuck around. Basically.
Fair enough.
Yep. I guess
All right.
we'll do one more, because then we have the other one to tag on and make this episode an hour long. Technically, we have outtakes. Right?
And intakes.
And intakes.
I suppose.
And round takes.
And outtakes. And square cakes.
And square cakes.
Yeah.
All right, one more. Hit us, Greasy.
Okay, I have two more. A or B?
B.
B.
Okay.
Keep the bees alive.
Okay. So, this is about my musical talents.
Ooh.
I can play the guitar. I can play the accordion. And I can play the violin.
Oh, you told me about this, but then I never actually figured out which one it was.
You can't play the
I probably
accordion.
should have asked. No. I think it's
If you can play
guitar. You can't play the guitar.
If you can play the accordion, I will be floored. Because that is one of the hardest instruments in the planet to learn. Especially like...
I don't know how to play the violin.
Oh, the
I
violin.
taught myself how to play accordion.
Really? Good for fucking
Yeah,
you.
hyperfixations.
I'm so jealous. I actually really
Dude,
want to learn how to play the
That
accordion.
is literally one
I
of
haven't
my
played it in years, but I learned how.
one of my friends who passed away. She had this beautiful wooden wind accordion, no battery, nothing, from like early 1900s, and it was her dream to learn to play that thing. And like, fuck, that is such a hard instrument to play. Good on you. Violins, no better. That is still difficult, but man, anyone who knows how to play the accordion, because yeah, with the piano keys and the fuck, that's insane. Good on ya.
Mm-hmm.
Guitar is a gimme. Everyone can learn the guitar in like a week.
I tried. It didn't work.
Dick.
I learned 12 string as well.
Nice.
Bass is easier once you learn bass.
Oh yeah.
All right, Sarah.
I'm left-handed like my dad. I've written 2 novels. I read The Lord of the Rings for the first time when I was 9.
I don't think it's
Joke's on us. Your dad's not left-handed.
B?
B
No, I
was
think
I've written
it's
2
C.
novels.
Because I know you've written one, or like you're writing one. I didn't think you wrote. You're in the middle of writing a second. So I'll take B.
I think it's C.
You think it's C?
Yeah, because you keep saying you weren't allowed to read fantasy stuff,
No, because
I almost forgot.
Sarah
like
really
Harry
likes-
Potter and stuff.
Sarah's really big into that kind of stuff, so I'd imagine she's read Lord of the Rings, especially at that young age.
Hayden's right, but more or less on a technicality. I read The Fellowship of the Ring and half of the Two Towers when I was 8. And then I wasn't allowed to read it for like 3 years, and I read the rest when I was 12. The novel I was writing was the second one, actually. So I have actually written 2, but neither of them are like
Published?
finished. Yeah, publishable. They both need a lot of work. And the first one will have to change massively in response to the second one because they should actually go in the other order. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, but we have a cat.
Yes. Loki wants to make his presence known.
I guess I have the last one then.
Yeah.
You do.
Okay.
No, what? Don't jump on me. What? Here.
Let's see. When I was a child, I wanted to be a railroad engineer.
Nice.
Also, when I was a child, I loved to be the perpetual villain. And when I grew up, I wanted to be a politician.
I think it must be A.
Yeah.
C. I never wanted to
I
be.
mean, that makes sense
I
too.
never wanted to be a goddamn politician. I'm just.
You have
good.
told me in the past that you wanted to be a politician. What?
I
Hard.
guess his phrasing was he would make a good politician.
Yeah. I'd make a good one,
Maybe.
but I hate the idea of being in politics. I can't. I've seen it. My parents have done it my whole life. Not for me.
Fair. Very fair.
Definitely not for me. I'd rather create and do my own thing.
Yeah. Agreed. It was obviously not the one about being a perpetual villain, considering the fact that this is called the Villains Talk Show.
Yeah, you'd never be a villain.
That was the gimme. That was the gimme. There has to be a gimme.
No.
But the engineer, yeah, I remember that's always my first thing because I used to have a little teddy bear with like an engineer hat, and I always wanted to be a train.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, that was my first dream, be an engineer connector.
Aw. That would be fun.
Yeah.
I like trains.
I've learned later in life it's not fun. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Well, so is everything.
True.
Anything that's worth doing takes effort.
True.
With that, I would like to thank you all for joining us tonight.
Except for you.
That's
you know
not
who
nice.
you are.
That's not very nice. No. Hey, you keep watching. Don't listen to him.
Except for
It depends
you.
on who you are.
You know
There's
who
some
you
people,
are.
you know?
I'm sorry, I had nothing better to do, but I'm glad you spent it with us here. Welcome to Season 3. We are the Villains Talk Show. I am one of your many hosts, and we are all happy you're here. Catch you guys next week.
Maybe.
I think.
Goodbye.
I think.
We will see.
Possibly.
Perhaps.
Yes, we will.
And we can actually start the stream. We have 15 minutes.
Alright, yeah, now I'm just hearing myself. I think we're good.
Okay. So we had this whole elaborate thing planned, but instead, I think it might be a good idea to save that idea for another day. But we can still do the most likely to,
Yes, that's a brilliant idea.
because we have like 15 minutes. Yeah, we have 15 minutes because Sarah has to go to bed.
Yeah.
So I have a list of most likely to. And yeah, 100%. What's your question?
It's gonna take a few seconds for the
Yes, it is.
delay to catch up, but
Definitely know that. Totally.
what are we doing with the most likely to? Well, maybe we should consider explaining this.
So my thought process was we have 5 people in our normally hosting the show, and we've known each other coming up on 3 years now. So why don't we throw each other under the bus and figure out who's most likely to do what?
That sounds like an excellent idea.
What do you think, Mr. Elusive Boy? So going through, why don't we start with a very easy one that I feel like we all know. Who's most likely to join a cult?
We were talking about this the other night.
We were. I feel like it's an easy answer for everyone.
Is it?
I think so.
Probably.
Who do you think, Mr. Elusive? Who do you think is most likely to join a cult out of the 5 of us?
Insaniac.
Yeah,
That's the conclusion we came to the
Yeah.
other night, too. Yep. We figured he's most likely to join a cult, and C4 is most likely to join a cult and think he's leading it, but actually have no power at all whatsoever.
Yeah. We feel that's a pretty good explanation of who they are as people.
It really is. Oh, I have a fun one.
Let's hear
Could
it.
be entertaining. Who's the most likely to murder someone in cold blood?
You.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Hey, not in cold blood.
Yeah. You'd have to go into a freezer for cold blood. Maybe in warm blood.
Yeah, I suppose. No, it would be because I was enraged.
So your blood was boiling, not cold blood.
Yeah. So, who's the psychopath, I guess? Probably just none of us.
Yeah. To answer your question, I think that all 5 million clones are individuals who are defined by their personal experiences.
Oh, are they true clones? What do you mean by true clones, though?
Like, are they
I am a
all
little yeah, I'm a
brain-
little confused by the original questions, so I don't know if you're looking at this
the way I see
Mr.
it?
elusive gentleman, but the question is, are clone troopers individuals, all 5 million of them, or do their personal experiences and perspectives make them individuals and unique? Oh, are they all one person, or are they individuals?
They're individuals. They've proven that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're very different from
Yeah.
each other. They definitely have their own personalities and make their own choices.
Yeah, otherwise the Bad Batch wouldn't be an interesting show whatsoever.
Yeah.
True.
Same with Clone Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's most likely to get a stupid tattoo, though?
I think you.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah. Probably.
And then C4 would be number 2.
Yep,
Um,
absolutely.
Yeah, probably.
He has legit said any free tattoo is a free tattoo.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Yeah.
He has said that.
Quoted C4. Any free tattoo is a free tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I feel like we all know the answer to this one as well. Who's most likely to have a wardrobe malfunction?
Me.
I was thinking C4.
No, C4. Definitely C4. Why would you?
You know what? No, I could see it.
What?
I've been told numerous times that none of my ship matches. It's all home editing.
Oh yeah, but a wardrobe malfunction as in like,
Accidentally
accidentally
losing
showing.
clothes.
yeah,
Something showing that shouldn't be showing.
basically me seeing things I don't want to see. Or any of us really.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, I guess so.
Who's most likely to keep secret?
I think that depends
Mm.
on the secret and who's telling it to them and whether or not it matters to anyone about anything.
True enough. I was going to say Mr. Elusive Boy.
Probably.
He's been keeping secrets all this time.
Our friendship is literally built on him keeping secrets. so-
Exactly.
That's not true.
It kind of
Yeah.
is.
It's not keeping a secret if you don't ask.
But when we
True.
do ask, and
It's just not.
it's secrety secrets.
So we're just not asking the right questions, is that it?
Mm-hmm.
You just won't tell us the questions to ask.
What do you think this is, Jeopardy?
I thought so.
See, you're keeping secrets. You won't. The questions are secret.
Yeah. Who's most likely?
Not on me to fill you out a list with the right questions.
What if we want a list of questions?
Exactly.
Then you come to the wrong person.
Like, why didn't you answer last night when we came up with the obviously true theory that Chuck and Randall are the same person and they're really the murderer?
Yeah.
Because that's hilarious.
It is
And
pretty
I want-
hilarious.
I honestly wanted to see how long that was going to go
That's fair.
on.
It's still going on. We just haven't
I know.
stopped because no one has denied it.
I'm not gonna.
Oh, so it could be
It's-
true.
It's funnier that way.
Who's most likely to be late for everything?
Me.
I was gonna say
Also
Insaniac.
probably be.
Maybe just all of us.
Yeah. Except for C4. C4 is always on time no matter what. If it's
Oh,
in
My
his
yeah.
power.
clock is like 10 minutes behind.
If it's in his power, he's on time 92% of the time.
Huh.
If he
99%
tries.
of the time, every time.
Maybe I'm too busy being late for everything to notice.
Speaking of C4, who's most likely to spend hours on YouTube conspiracy theory, or in a YouTube conspiracy theory hole?
Oh, probably
I-
Insaniac.
I was gonna say I could also fall into that hole sometimes too.
Yeah, me
C
too.
C4's pretty bad. I've gone over there a couple times, and it's like me, C4, and his roommate in the conspiracy hole. Where you guys at? In the conspiracy hole.
That makes sense.
Fucking entertaining.
True.
Oh yeah.
It is.
Who's most likely to give their kid a terrible name?
That's a good question.
Jokingly, I would say C4, but not actually.
No, yeah, I
You would
100%
take that
think
shit legit.
Insaniac.
Yeah.
Just look at what he named his kids in the first campaign.
Yeah. Doc. It's not a normal
Mitch.
name. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm 100% reading your stuff, kids.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We agree that Insaniac's a lot of these things, and that's what's hilarious about it.
And C4 is the rest of them. So
Yeah.
really, it's just the two people who aren't here to defend themselves.
Yeah.
Mm. This couldn't possibly be any of us.
No.
No, definitely
We're
not.
perfect.
We're quiet.
Exactly. We're meeting the quiet hosts tonight.
If I somehow ended up with kids, I would probably give them weird names.
Grilbert.
But not that weird. You could definitely get weirder.
Oh, just have Zach name them.
That comes up with cool stuff, actually.
Like, I could see him naming your kids Denise and Denephew.
That has potential. Quite a bit of potential.
Yeah.
I don't know, I once gave him free reign to make up a fantasy race for my world, and he made up... They're like Klingon dwarves. They're really cool.
Nice.
The creative dude.
Who's
But
most likely?
also, yeah, Denise and Denephew sounds likely.
Yeah. Who's most likely to forget their best friend's birthday?
C4.
Yeah.
That's not even a question.
Oh, did anyone hear that bus coming?
I mean, he's
No, we've actually had this out because he was bugging me about forgetting things for his D&D campaign, and I was like, dude, you don't even know when my birthday is, so stop bugging me about stuff that doesn't actually matter to real life.
who's most likely to break into song?
Also C4.
Yeah.
I feel like anyone who's listened to enough of these episodes knows that.
Yeah. Well, that was my list. I was hoping other people came up with the list.
No.
It definitely killed
Um,
15 minutes, though.
That's true. Let's see. What should we be? Who's most likely to I don't know.
It's Insaniac.
Possibly.
He's the most likely to I don't know.
Alright. Alright.
Whoa! Who's the most likely to argue with a police officer? Or, better question, who's the most likely to flirt with a police officer?
Well, it's obviously
See?
Insaniac.
Oh, that was straight up C4.
Yeah.
I think on both of those.
Yeah, I could see it.
Probably.
Insaniac doesn't like talking.
That is true too.
Yeah.
Not because he's into anything illegal, he just doesn't like talking guns.
Who's the most likely to end up living in the woods and failing?
I want to live in the woods, kind of, but I might succeed. So, to fail? Who among us is the most used to the city?
Or technology?
I'm actually not really sure about that one.
I want to say Insaniac, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. Who's the most likely to eat pet food?
I know he's not an option, but I think the Shield Maiden.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, that's a
Who's
good
the
one.
most who's the most likely to eat pet food? He answered Jan.
Oh,
Oh, that's a good one.
yeah, no, I couldn't do it. I've seen her eat my cat.
I
She's
used
gourmet
to-
shit and I still can't eat it.
Yeah, I used to eat my neighbor's dog food when I was really little, but I was like 2, so...
Kiz asks, who's most likely to have an odd-colored lightsaber? Not red, blue, green, or yellow.
Me. I really want a purple lightsaber. I've wanted one for years.
I have a purple
Purple's
lightsaber in
pretty
the basement.
What?
Purple's pretty standard.
Yeah, but it wasn't on the list of colors he just read out.
It's
I
not.
know. It's funny because I had a red and I had a blue one.
I do have 2 red ones sitting here next to me. Actually, 3, I guess. The Sith are way better than the Jedi.
Who's most likely to get stabbed?
Well, clearly Sarah, because she believes in the Sith over the Jedi.
It does seem likely, you're right.
Yeah,
Those things kind of go hand in hand.
They
a little
do.
bit.
They do.
Usually, amputation though.
Well, it
So
depends.
it's not really stabbing as it is sliced.
But maybe then I can get some cool robot hands.
Well, ask Qui-Gon. That was a stabbing.
That's true.
Yeah, but he didn't believe in the Sith.
He sure did.
Just look at Jar Jar. Jar Jar's perfect.
No, Qui-Gon wouldn't train him. He knew he was evil.
Who's the most likely to drink milk straight from the carton?
C4.
Yeah. Or Insaniac because he lives alone.
That too.
I think I've actually seen him do once.
Insaniac or C4?
Not insane. Insane always uses the class.
Oh, there we go.
Always. He's like mannerism that way. I've
He's
never
just the
seen him
only one of us
drink
who lives
from-
alone, so.
Yeah, even when I cook in his house, he knows big glass.
Vizsla wants to know who falls into what category? Jedi, Sith, or Grey Jedi?
I mean, I want to say Sith, but more realistically, probably Grey Jedi for me. So,
Yeah,
would any of us fall into Sith?
Insaniac.
I don't know, Sarah. You've helped people move. That makes you a Jedi.
I help people move? I can be
Yeah.
a Grey Jedi and help people move.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Okay, then we're all Jedi.
Yeah,
We've
except
all
for
helped each
Insaniac.
other move.
Grey Jedi are really cool, and it's kind of hard to actually get into the Grey Jedi. Grey Jedi are like, nah, I let the galaxy do what it wants.
Yeah.
The Force literally drives me to like make sure that the galaxy has balance.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be much happier with that than being in the Jedi.
The Grey are all about
Jedi are
doing just as
messed
much
up.
evil as they do good in the universe.
Yeah. I know. I'm much happier with that than with
helped-
the Jedi.
yeah,
They're
but
insane.
You've helped people move. That makes you a Jedi.
No.
Yeah, that's like the worst thing you
No.
can ask anybody to help you do.
Yeah, you helped me move a whole lamp.
I know. I totally took a second thing too, though. Not just a lamp.
Yeah, that had to go back to my car though.
Well, fine. That's not my fault.
So I would say yeah. With that knowledge, you would be a Grey Jedi, Sarah. Inconveniencing me while helping me move.
There we go, Jeremy.
all right.
I don't think any of us would fall into Sith, though.
I think
No.
Insaniac would.
I
I believe he would think he's too cool for the
Sith is, like,
Jedis.
legit, like stab each other in the back.
Actually, yeah, that's true. He might think he's too cool for the Jedi.
That's what makes him one of us.
Yeah.
It's like a self-hating hipster.
Maybe.
Yes. Now, who's the Jar Jar of the group?
You.
You're right. I am the main character and the best character of the whole campaign. You're right.
And that's
Thank
why
you.
you're the Jar Jar of the group. Yep.
Who's the 3PO of the group?
What?
Who's the C-3PO of the group?
Honestly, I think that would be C4. He's both knowledgeable and can be a dick.
Pretentious? A little.
C4 or C3PO does exactly that. Uses
Yeah, that's
his knowledge
true.
to be a little bit arrogant from time to time.
What about
And C4
R2D2
does that
though?
like proudly.
Insaniac.
See, now nobody really knows what R2 says. If you knew everything R2 says, you'd actually know that he's a real prick.
Yeah, exactly, because he knows everything that's going on and never tells anyone.
I think Insaniac is our R2. Because most of the time we have no idea what he's saying.
Well, most of the time, if you actually hear what the other characters respond to his statements, he's actually making fun of people a lot.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
hear they're like
I
R2,
almost-
like they give
I
him
almost
shit
feel like
for like talking.
C4 fits R2 better than C3PO.
He's both the droids.
Yeah, maybe he is. Now, who are the siblings who make out with each other?
Weird.
I was going to say, who's our Chewie?
That
Grady.
one's easy. Maybe Grady, but definitely Jan, too.
I was thinking Insaniac with his hairy feet, as we figured out.
I forget why we came to that conclusion.
Because he's the Hobbit.
Why?
I don't remember. But he's our Hobbit. He went off on a journey never to return.
Except the point of The Hobbit is that it's there and back again.
You just kind of went there.
Yeah.
Are you saying that we need to go and kidnap him and bring him back?
Yes.
Alright, Insaniac, let's hope you're not listening so you don't hear our plans.
Vizsla, don't tell him. I know you're his friend and or friend here, but you can't tell him this.
It's
need it to be a
better for you if
secret.
you don't, anyways, because then
That way you
you
have
know.
plausible deniability.
he's back.
Plus, you might actually get to play it in that campaign again.
Hmm.
Who is our Obi-Wan?
Probably Jeremy?
I could see it.
The one who imparts knowledge and wisdom?
I feel like he's more Yoda though, with all his
I
mystical.
taught you about Dungeons and Dragons, and then I
Oh, that's
died.
true.
So I
What?
think I'm like Qui-Gon. I taught
You
about
died?
Dungeons and
What?
Dragons, and then I died.
Please don't die!
But yeah, no.
Oh. There's a who's most likely question that's fun. Who's most likely to not wear a bra?
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I think it's Loki.
The cat?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think I've ever seen Loki wear clothes.
He wears a harness.
That's more kink gear than clothes. To be fair.
By that logic, his kink is going outside, so okay.
In a harness, yeah.
Okay.
Who's most likely to eat their pet?
I threaten to do that all the time.
Yeah, but would you actually do it?
She thinks I will. No, she
I don't think she does.
No, she doesn't.
But no, like, who's most likely to
No.
follow through?
I don't think any of us would. Unless we do figure out who's most likely to go into the woods and not succeed. That person might be the one who's most likely to eat their pet.
Yeah.
Oh, who's most likely to give bad advice?
C4.
Who's most likely to cry at a wedding?
C4.
All right.
I don't actually think C4 would cry at a wedding.
It might depend on whose wedding it was.
That's fair.
And how drunk he was.
Also
That too.
true. Who's most likely to talk back to their boss? Probably C4.
I mean, he is his own boss.
Exactly.
I think he talks to himself all the time. so
Yeah.
that's-
Exactly. That one seems pretty likely.
Maybe even current as we speak.
Maybe.
It could be.
Although he might be whispering to himself right now.
Yeah.
That's fair too. I could see Insaniac talking back to his boss. I
Yeah.
have seen Insaniac talk back to his boss.
Yeah. Yeah, I have. This is true.
Who's most likely to say something controversial when meeting someone new?
Insaniac.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It-
none of these things are any of us. Huh?
It was a toss-up between him and C4, I'll be honest. But
Who's
I
most likely? Oh,
I could see Insaniac being more likely to. Because C4 usually tries to some degree, control what he says.
He restrains himself a little bit.
Somewhat.
Until like something just outlandish is said. Or at least
That's true.
he believes it's outlandish.
who is most likely to be the most indecisive?
You.
I'm pretty bad.
Me?
I think you, yeah.
That has a lot of potential. What about who's most likely to be the best speller?
I think that's also you.
Yeah.
That also has a lot of potential.
Ah, here's a good one. Who's most likely to sleep with a friend's family member?
D4?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
That was less fun than I thought it was.
I mean, do you have any plans to sleep with anyone's family members?
Yeah, I got
Currently,
on the brothers.
no.
One of them is married.
Who's most likely to never ask for directions?
I want to say the shield maiden.
Yeah.
One of my favorite sayings is "I've gone too far to go back now." So, I mean, there's that.
Helpful. Good to know. Don't get in a car with Jeremy without knowing where you're going.
I always know.
Who is likely to have the worst skateboarding skills? I think it would have to be me. I have a bad knee. Oh, don't even have to ask that one. Who's most likely to have a tattoo in an inappropriate place?
One of us already does.
Two of us technically Mr. Elusive Gentleman.
I see. But you
We've
haven't shown
seen-
yours off as publicly.
Yeah, you haven't shown yours on stream,
No,
so...
but I was talking about Mr. Elusive Gentleman's tramp stamp that he keeps hitting.
What are you talking
Oh,
about?
that one.
You know the one I'm talking about.
No clue. We already talked about this. I don't have a tattoo of myself on the back of myself, like a Steve tattoo.
I definitely.
Oh, you have a
don't believe
tattoo
that.
on the front of yourself.
Of yourself.
Like a Steve tattoo. No, that's a lie.
Oh, that's fun. Who is most likely to make a good mortician?
Oh, fuck that. Hell no.
I feel like
What?
we've had this
All those kids
conversation
that,
before.
like, It was a joke I remember when I was a kid. It's like, hey, when you go see a dead body and you poke with a stick, right? To like, and that's like every little boy's childhood. But that was not my childhood.
You didn't go poke bodies with sticks?
No, I'm not down for poking the bodies with the sticks.
That's fair. So would I make the best mortician?
I mean, we had this discussion a couple days ago. The Shield Maiden would not make a good mortician.
No. I think that someone whose name is what C4's name is, it would probably be a bad choice.
Yeah.
That means she might be a really good mortician. But you
No.
just
Very
don't know
thorough.
Why?
I think by
Yeah,
definition
very thorough.
that makes for a bad mortician.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
He gets the job really done.
He makes sure every hole is stuffed with the cotton.
Oh,
don't know,
I can't
30
see Insaniac wanting to be one, so
No.
I guess it's down to me.
No, I could see C4 being the best mortician.
I think it depends on how you define best.
He gets the job done really well.
He gets
Yeah,
the
that's
job
the
done
problem.
real
That's
good.
the problem.
It's real good.
That's the problem.
No, it's not.
They
They
Sure.
don't complain.
Sure.
Vizsla says necromancers are the best morticians.
I
No,
suppose.
they could be the worst morticians.
No, but they should
You're
all be
supposed to
really
embalm
buff.
and bury them, and like when a necromancer's done his job, they're kind of not wanting to be buried.
I mean, to be fair, if you think about it, all necromancers should be super buff.
They should be like the frontline war medics.
Yeah, with all that deadlifting.
Wow.
Yeah. All that deadlifting they do, they should
I don't
definitely
know about
be super buff.
You must know some real hands-on necromancers. Those are the ones I read about. They're lazy as fuck. They show up, they order the dead to do all the things.
Yeah, but
Dig
they have
this
to
hole,
raise the
carry
dead.
that body. Yeah, you make the first one crawl out on its own. You're just gonna sit there for an hour. Wait,
Yeah. It's deadlifting, though.
sort of.
Who-
Not really.
It's lifting dead things.
Yeah,
He's making a pun.
yeah. I get his terrible pun.
Who's most likely to go bald first?
C4. We all know
That
he
was
wears a hat
fast.
for a reason.
Oh, it's one of those hats with hair sewn into it, isn't it?
Yeah. I've never seen him without a hat.
Yes, you have.
Nope, never.
E4?
You definitely have.
And anytime I have, it's because he's so tall. He's tall enough so that you can't see the bald spot on the top of his head.
Not when he sits down.
Maybe.
I mean, I saw him with a bare head yesterday, and it.
You're right, he is
it
bald
had hair.
because it was bare.
Okay, that was a weird way of putting that. Oh no, not yesterday. 2 days ago. Okay, I'm gonna find one more, and then I need to go to bed.
Fair. We just hit the hour, but most of it was us figuring it out.
Yeah. Oh, that one's interesting. There might be more than one answer to this one. Who is most likely to prefer writing on paper than typing?
Me.
Also me. Also the Shield Maiden.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Mr. Elusive, do you prefer paper to computers?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It
Interesting.
depends. It really depends. I'm going 50-50.
It's the 3 people who are actually diagnosed with ADHD who prefer paper then.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. Huh. Alright. Well, it is past my bedtime, so...
I'm sorry you had nothing better to do tonight. We're glad you spent it here with us.
Especially considering how much time we spent trying to figure this out. Thank you so much for sticking around.
And thank you so much, Vizsla, for all the support in the chat. Make sure to check out the Linktree and find us on Spotify and everywhere you get podcasts. I think that's everything. Did we touch on everything?
I think so.
Cool.